Hey everybody, it's Gil here with the Sailing Vessel Dream Chaser, and in last week's video we got a ton of little tiny projects done. But this week was exciting. It's a big milestone for me, the big 5-0. So Deb went completely out of her way. She rented a house, she invited all of our family, a bunch of our friends, and we all stayed in this wonderful, what they call down here in Louisiana, a fish camp. It sat on the intercoastal waterway, or a little bayou right off of it, dock access. I don't know, it slept like 16 people, you know, kitchen, outdoor area, cooked crabs out in big steam pots out below. I mean, it was just a wonderful time. So let me show you some footage of some of the things we did, and we'll get back to work on the boat. But happy birthday to me. It was a great time. Thanks everybody for coming too. It was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So as you can see, I'm taking these pictures from up on the upper balcony, and you know, it's a raised house that's along the water, so it sits right on the bayou. A couple of different entrances. When you go in this back entrance here, it's directly into the actual game room, a pool table and bar and washer and dryer. And then down this hallway was kind of a series of bedrooms. Most of them were double beds on the bottom with singles on the top. Again, it's, you know, designed for hosting quite a few people. It had 7 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. You know, you see the girls were sleeping in this one with the bunk beds. Deb and I took one of the larger master bedrooms. But as you went through this house, it was just a big sort of U-shaped hallway with all of these rooms on either side. Always nervous open up a door like this, but it was dark and nobody was in this one. But yeah, I mean, you know, another bathroom in here. This place was really a good size, and they weren't all kids' bedrooms, right? They were actually, you know, fairly large ones, king-size beds in several different rooms. As a matter of fact, across from this one, because it had the ottoman with the chair in it, we had my brother and his wife and their 1-year-old staying there. And then forward was more of the kitchen and whatnot. But from the balcony, you can just look right out over this bayou. It was gorgeous. Just to the right was the intercoastal waterway, and sitting there just enjoying the sunset. Smile.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you!
Hi, Rocker.
Say hi!
Oh, wait, I got it. Oh my God. Hey, buddy. Hi. Hi. Okay.
I'm too interested in the camera bag right now.
So after the first day of relaxing around the house, Deb went ahead and chartered a couple of airboats and pontoon boats, depending on the age of the participants. And we left out of Eugene Lafitte, Louisiana, and headed out into the bayous in these airboats. It was awesome. And this is what happens when you ask your grown daughter to hold the GoPro and record a little bit. I swear something went wrong with these kids. Gotta love it. She's even got the little one doing the same exact thing. Nut jobbo. Images in her eye and trying to take a picture up her nose, the whole bit. Oy vey. So as the airboats took off, this was kind of neat. They were hugging right along the edge of this shoreline. So there were a lot of times, it's hard to tell because the GoPro is such a wide angle, but the left-hand side of the boat was actually running up along the shore, you know, running over branches and bushes, and then, you know, we'd get to a stump like this and he'd turn the wheel way before it because of the amount of slide on the boat. You can see here, we come darn near sideways as we're making this particular turn. And it was a blast. It was a very interesting sensation. Never been in an airboat quite like this before, where it was this sort of nimble. I've been in really larger ones in like a tour, but yeah, this guy was buzzing along at a really good pace. It was pretty cool. And you know, I'll kind of show you here. After we went along this whole coastline, we kind of went up into a bayou, and this is just all of it in sort of fast speed here. I think this is a 20x speed. Same thing with the ride along the edge of that particular bayou we started with. So it was kind of cool. We got to see a few little gators and swimming along the side of the boat as we pulled into one of the canals. It was good times.
It's either fake or Hollywood.
They look really wild when they walk. It's so prehistoric looking.
Yeah.
Hey, that's an alligator, y'all.
Yeah.
How come we're not getting eaten up by mosquitoes?
That's
Well,
cool.
it's not dark yet.
Just
But
like
if you-
dawn.
If you would get out, get on in
Put them in the toilet.
Yeah, releasing them in
Touch
the
his back
toilet.
knee.
That's why they
There you
started
go.
getting in the sewers.
New
True
York
state,
City
bro.
and stuff like that, yeah.
Touch his hip.
How big are they when they're born?
There you go. Oh God, he's working. Look, Grandpa's getting brave.
Yeah.
Trying to get him over the smell.
Got crazy eyes.
They're only 4
They're pretty.
Found a nest, watched them for a couple days.
Great
That's
man.
okay.
Yeah.
Mom was right there too.
Yeah, you'd expect them to be slimy. They're just not, you know?
But
Yeah.
the problem with that is the mama will keep their babies.
So you saved his life.
Right. Pull him by the tail. Pull him by the tail.
Hold his tail.
Now you ready? We're gonna get him a smile. You ready?
Isn't that cool? I'm holding an alligator. That's
That's
so
right.
fun.
He say, look at me and smile. Can you open your mouth like he does?
You're gonna make him bite my boob. It's not.
There you go.
You held it.
That's cool.
Okay.
But guys, if everybody's finished with him, we'll pick him up. We'll take a ride. How that sound?
Was that so?
So we had a great time on the tour, and at this point we started heading on back into port. After a good night's sleep, we decided we would go ahead and get up the next morning and work on a nice crab boil. So we had to break this up into 2 different batches. We had about 75 or so crabs, so put the first ones in non-spicy, cooked them on up, and then my brother and I lifted them up and out of the pot, let them drain for a little while. So as I was editing the video, I noticed a photo bomb here by my brother with his son Riker. So I mentioned we had a lot of crab. The second pack was going to be spicy, so I went ahead and added the rest of the seasoning and the entire second batch. So quite a few of them for sure.
You have a great big mouth. Are these plain or spicy? Oh,
5-second rule. Nobody knows which one it was.
right.
So Deb did an absolutely amazing job planning this entire trip and weekend and inviting everybody and keeping it a secret from me for months. But it wasn't over yet. She chartered a boat and we went out fishing for redfish. This was a wet ride on the way out there, but it was a phenomenal time.
Now tomorrow when we get home, what are we gonna do with all that?
Yeah, we're gonna eat it all tonight.
Well, it certainly didn't appear to be an issue after laying them all out for a photo shoot. We had the captain go ahead and do all the cleaning of the fish, and we had a wonderful meal that evening. Cooked fish right there at the fish camp, and then we divided it up, and everybody took some home, so it all went to good use. But man, was it delicious! And redfish are one of my favorite to eat. And it was really something to catch it fresh and have it that evening, cooked ourselves.